What's up, my beautiful, amazing? First of all, I just want to speak some life. So as I speak this life, I just want you to know that if you tune in, if you watch, you are beautiful, you are amazing, you are growing, you are loving, you are breathing, you have life, you are the life, you are the creation, you are the creativity, and that without you and without your breath, what is there? You know? So like for a moment, just like really think like, who is the greatest person that I know? Because without you, you wouldn't know anybody. Without your ability to breathe, you wouldn't have anything. So like when you just take a moment to say, my life matters. Because without your life, what is there? And it's like, it's a beautiful opportunity if you haven't just reflected on my life is important. Now you know. Sometimes we forget. So it's
We
just
need that.
important to remember, you know, that you're important, that your breath matters, that your heart is important. Your creative thoughts, your creative ideas are a solution to somebody's problem. So just allow yourself to be that. Allow yourself to embrace that, you know. And without further ado, the one, the only, the man, the myth, the very legendary, you
Bro,
know.
thank you for that word, man. Thank you for that introduction. That was a beautiful word, man. Beautiful word. It's like your battlefield could be somebody's blueprint.
Say
You
that
know,
again. Say that again. Say that again.
your battlefield could be somebody's blueprint. You know, it's like your test could be a testimony for somebody else.
I'm trying to
You know what
tell
I'm saying?
you.
Your mess could be a message for somebody else.
Somebody else. And you don't know who needs it.
Right. You don't know who needs to hear this, you know, but somebody needs to hear this. Yeah. Yeah.
So I got a couple questions for the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only, the Jerome, Mr. Shaw, you
My
know.
man.
So the first question that I have for you is, what does it mean to be a creative life force in a body? To you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, what the first thing that came to my mind, bro, one of my good friends, Lam, his name is an acronym, LAM. He stands for Legend Already Made. And we came up together in college together. And one of the things he always said to himself and instilled within me is that I am not a body, I live in a body. I am not a body, I live in a body. I am not a body, I live in a body. And he said that over and over and over so many times that it got ingrained within his nervous system, like he just knew it, you know, that he was not a body, but he lived in a body. And to be a creative force in a body, like they say, your authenticity, it knows no competition, you know? It's like an original is always worth more than a copy. You know what I mean? So to be who you are, like you have never been, and there will never be another. You know, so it's just a wonderful time to stay aligned in that way. It's always divine. Yeah.
Straight up. And then if you think about a fingerprint, right? Like they
Mm-hmm.
can't copyright your fingerprint. Like
No.
there's only one DNA, one of one. Even if you're a twin, you know what I mean? Like you're literally one of one. Like they can't recreate you, even if they did, even if they had the blueprint to do that, because there's only one. Like there's only one you.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, how do you embrace and embody all of that you are, right? Or all of these gifts, all of these things that are literally in your DNA, waiting
Mm-hmm.
to be unlocked, waiting to be released, waiting to be expressed. Like, how do you embrace the challenge of, you know, I'm a little different, I'm a little like, you know what I mean, I want to do things different, I don't see anybody, but I know deep down, like, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, and what is your way of finding that energy, that like resistance, and then like releasing it or letting it go or letting it, you know what I'm saying, into the world?
It reminds me of, like, you know how we always, or people always kind of tend to lean towards, okay, I need to find my purpose, you know, or where's my purpose? Like they're looking around for their purpose, like they got binoculars, you know, they on the top of the hill, like, where's the purpose? Where's the hey, purpose? You know, but one of my mentors told me that you don't have to necessarily find your purpose, but you discover what it is by saying, this is my purpose, you know, and you claim it, you know, that's how you reframe it. So it's like you bring it into your being by saying, like, this is what it is, and no one else has to give it to you, you know. It's like something that you can claim for yourself. You can plant your flag and say, you know what, this is something that I deem worthy. This is something that I feel is worthwhile. Because it reminds me of what you said, the only barrier between us and our dreams. You were talking about your belief system, your consistency, your confidence, your work ethic, your ability to change, your willingness to, you know, to speak your truth and to breathe in that space. So
Yeah.
like all of those things that you listed, those are the things that consisted in me when I enlisted myself in discovering what it was for me, you know?
Yeah. And piggybacking off what you just said, it's like I see it as God is literally calling us every day.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I know you wanted to, hey, I know you want to be a poet.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I know you wanted to paint that picture. Hey, I know you wanted to connect with like-minded individuals that care about making the world a better place.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I know that you always wanted to make a garden. Hey, I know that you so it's like all day, every day, God is like sending a thought, and the thought is a call. Like, do you want to receive do you want to receive it and make space for it?
Right.
Or do you want to be like, I don't have time right now, I can't answer.
Right.
Because it's like, well, all we have is time. That's the only thing we do have.
Mm.
You know, and the only thing we feel limited by is time,
Mm.
but yet we haven't embraced all the time that we have.
For sure. For
and
sure.
and, that, and that's for me. I can see the challenge in life is like we feel like we have so many things we want to do and
Mm.
so many ventures in so many ways, but every day is an opportunity to use that time with
Yeah.
value and with purpose.
Mm.
Like, you don't have to look for purpose, you just have to be purposeful.
There you go. You got it. Yes.
You know, like, you don't have to, like, people be
Right.
like, I don't know how to be intentional. You don't have to think about being intentional, you just have to think and do it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's like, take it into the now.
Yes.
And the only way that I know how to take it into now is to take it into this breath and then
Mm-hmm.
let go of it. The exhale I just got rid of no longer exists.
Mm.
So therefore, I have to embrace and embody this next inhale and
Mm-hmm.
let go of the next exhale.
Mm-hmm.
As I continue to do that, I'm embodying, embracing the flag, the purpose, these gifts, these abilities
Mm-hmm.
within myself, and I'm getting them literally into the ground.
Yeah.
And then now I can plant my flag a little bit forward,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like, and there's so many different analogies, but I always say, like, okay, you can climb a mountain, right? Like, let's say your dream is to, you know, be around 6 other people that are doing qigong regularly or doing breathwork regularly. That's your dream right now. What are you gonna do once you have 6 people and you're doing that regularly?
Right.
Are you gonna just say, well, I got my dream and I'm good? Or you're gonna say, there's another mountain I can climb. There's another way. There's another thing I can. Okay, I got 6. What if I got 12? What if I doubled it? If I can get 6, I can get 12.
Mm-hmm.
What if I got each person to get somebody else, and now we grew? Now, you know what I'm saying? It's like the mountain is only as big as you're willing to set the limitation.
For sure. For sure.
You can climb a bluff. You can climb a cliff.
Mm.
You can climb Mount Everest. Is how big are you willing to? I got more. I can still do some more. I can. You know what I mean?
Right, because you put this up too when you were talking about dreams, and you were saying, like, dreaming is free.
So
So
free,
why not dream big?
bro. It's so free.
You know?
Like, bro, it doesn't cost nothing. Like, bro, I can literally take a piece of paper. I can take a blank piece of paper right here,
Mm-hmm.
and I can write down anything I want.
Mm-hmm.
I can write it down. Like, and now I made it real. Like, this is blank. There's nothing.
Right.
Like, it started as emptiness. It's a blank canvas. What do I want to create?
Mm-hmm.
Let me, now let me think. And once again, I don't have to find purpose. Let me just be present and reflect. What do I really, really want in my heart?
To be purposeful.
And then I'm going to write it down.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I'm going to find a way to make it into a checklist so I can continue to come back into the purpose.
Mm.
You know, so I can keep taking steps, keep taking actions.
Mm-hmm.
Because the consistency is going to realize, oh my gosh, I didn't even know I could do that, but I've been doing it.
Right. Right.
You know?
Right.
And one thing that I think is so important that I'm going to ask you this question.
Okay.
What are ways that you've surprised yourself and that you've surprised your own ability to do things or accomplish or achieve? Like, what are things that you've consistently done that you'd be like, I didn't even know I could do that. I didn't even think I could. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
like how did you get into that belief system that it made it real?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like this book that I read, one of the best books that I've ever read, and I'll say it to this day, was a book by a man named Jeff Olson, and it was called The Slight Edge. The Slight Edge. And it basically talks about, you know, the daily increase or the daily decrease, like we're going in this direction or that direction all the time. It's like we're never really stagnant, we're never really stationary or staying still like that, but we're always either moving or grooving in one direction or the next. And when I was in Cali, you know, we were doing these shows where they would have us on these TV game shows, you know, like The Price is Right and Whose Line Is It Anyway and all sorts of stuff. And then this one was called $1,000,000 Mile. And they had these athletes that were training and they were going up against civilians. So like these were super duper, like super, you know, super athletes that were giving these people a head start to get $1,000,000 if they went through the whole entire course. And there was one lady, she was a beast, bro. Like she was going through the swimming portion, the climbing portion, and she got to this tower where they had this simulated rainfall. And the rain was like downpouring all over her. And she was just climbing up this tower. And everybody in the crowd was like, go, go, go. You know, they were all screaming, like the energy was high, the tensions was high. And you saw the other athlete at the bottom and she was coming up like a monster. You know, she's climbing. But the lady made it to the top and she hit the button at the top and she sealed the deal. And when they asked her in the interview, like, what was going through your mind? Like, how did you get up that fast? What were you doing up there? You know, you made it in record speed, record time. And you know what she said, Isaiah? She said, all I did was I just went one step at a time. She said, I wasn't even looking at the top, you know, and I wasn't looking at the bottom. I was just looking right in front of me. And she said this, and I wished that the crowd heard this. I never forgot it when I heard it. She said, when I made it to the top, I didn't even know I was at the top. I had already made it. Like by the time she reached it, she had already made it. She had no idea. She was already there.
Yeah.
You know, because all she was focused on was the present moment.
Yeah.
What was right in front, you know, step by step. So that's kind of how I evolved as well. When I just took it step by step, it was like I look back and I'm like, dang, I did all that. I didn't even know I did all that.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like when you're in it, you don't realize what you're doing.
You don't.
And you just got to keep going. You know what I mean? Like you can either focus on the top of the mountain or you can say, I'm not at the top of the mountain yet.
Right.
You know? So let me be where I am. Let me embrace and embody where I am.
Yes.
And that's the power of being present, because there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to be. All we have is where we are. You know, like you can sit and imagine about tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow and what it's going to be like. Or you can just be so present in today that when tomorrow comes, you're going to be like, whoa, what did I do today? That was so fulfilled.
Right.
I like, you know? And that's the power in living, like, because time is limited.
Mm-hmm.
Time is all we have. So you can either look at the clock all day, dang, it's only this time, dang, it's only this time, dang. Or you can be like, dang, I have so much time. All I have is time. What am I gonna do with this time?
Mm-hmm.
How can I be so present for the next hour, for the next 5 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
How can I engage all my senses, all my ideas, all my beliefs into being now?
Right.
How can I get my breath, my ideas, my creativity, and my engagement all on one thing?
Right.
You know? And like that will create things that you can't even imagine, because you're so focused on the simplicity of life, of I'm breathing,
Yeah.
I'm living, I have life. I know people that are not living today. Like, bro, is that a gift? Is that a gift? Like, is life a gift? Like, life is what you make it. Life is what you see it as.
Yeah.
So if you had to say, this is one of my new questions. If you had 6 keys to life,
Mm-hmm.
Jerome's 6 keys to life, what are those 6 keys? That if somebody asked you, what are the 6 principles that has helped you be all of you, or you know what I'm saying, you're passing on, like it's your blueprint, right? And you
Mm-hmm.
have 6 keys that you, if somebody embodied or embraced, it could change their life, or it could, you know, and obviously this is off the top, so like it might change once you reflect on it, or it might change,
Right.
you
Right.
know, in an hour. But right now in this moment, what are the 6 keys that you believe, if people learn to embrace or embody based on your experience, can change their life?
Okay. So in my mind, the first, and thank you for putting me on the spot like this. I appreciate it, man. The first words that came to me, and of course they're subject to change, you know, impermanence, nature, you know, everything's always changing. But one that came to my mind is movement, you know, continue to move. I remember Jerry Seinfeld said, if life boils down to one thing, it's movement, you know, never stop moving, keep moving. You know, life means to keep moving. So when we're moving and grooving, that could be anything, like, you know, just breathing, being, you know, moving, walking, just in a constant state of movement, because energy loves to move.
Yeah.
When we're walking, when we're going somewhere, you have a feeling that you're going somewhere. But if you're not moving, if you're always feeling stuck, then if you're feeling stuck in the body, you're feeling stuck in the mind. You're feeling stuck in the heart. You're
Mm.
feeling stuck, you know, your emotions. That energy is not motion, you know.
Yeah.
So when you move through what you groove through, you know, that creates more grooves inside you. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it leaves you with
Pathways, literally pathways.
exactly, literally, you know. And I realized what you were talking about earlier, or what you put up on your story about how it can even create spatial topography, you know, in the brain. So another M would be meditation. So the
Mm-hmm.
opposite of movement would be stillness. And I said today, like, how stillness can be a cure for any illness. You know, stillness, like they say, movement for the body, stillness for the mind. You know, take time
Mm.
so that we're more inclined to be aligned. You know.
Mm. One thing about you, you gonna have the alliterations.
Hey,
You
communication.
gonna you're a poetic master. Like every phrase you speak is da da. It's like a song. Da 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 da.
Ta-da! He said, ta-da!
Yeah. Like the
And you are,
firework. The firework is the word, and then it's pa. And the you know.
but yeah, you know, and it's just like meditation. So movement, meditation. Also, I would say migration. You know, traveling. Migration definitely enriched me. Say, travel is one of the only things that you pay for that enriches you. You know, it
Mm.
actually does something for you to be able to go to new spaces, see new places, and interact with new faces. You know, these are things that really enrich you to the soul. And then also music, you know, music is another M. You know, whatever kind of music that you feel spiritually inclined to, the music that uplifts your soul on a cellular level, you know, tapping into that. So one of the ways I do that is with the breath. but I combine the music with the breath, so I have that flute, like they say,
Good.
you know. So that's another one. So we got movement, we got meditation, we got migration, we got music, and then motivation. You know, they say motivation is like a shower; you need it daily. You know,
Mm.
you need it often. Scrub into the hard to find spots. You know, keep scrubbing, right? So motivation, just constantly being able to, you know, almost like you're brainwashing yourself, you're programming yourself, you're tuning into what you turn into. Just
Yeah.
like, you know, you're channeling information. Everybody, you know, we're broadcasting, you know,
Yeah.
but you can do the same thing for yourself. People say, like, okay, I speak affirmations, but aren't I lying to myself? Aren't I programming myself? Aren't I brainwashing myself? Well, then I had to ask the question, you're already brainwashed. You're already programmed. You've already been lying to yourself your whole life. So it's like, why not do it? You know, why not be the conductor?
Yeah.
You know? Why not steer the ship? So it's like when life blows the wind, you know, don't get mad at the wind. Don't get mad at nature. Set a new sail, you know, put your sail up so you can
Yeah.
go with
Go
it.
with the wind. Go with the
Yeah,
wind. Go
yeah.
with the wave. Yeah. Don't be
Right.
mad at the waves for coming in. Ride them like a surfer does.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So
All right.
thank you.
What's the last one?
The last one, okay. Definitely. I don't know if I already said affirmations, but what we speak, you know, I do believe in speak it, believe it, and receive it. You know, if I was given only the power of my mouth, you
Yeah.
know, and all my money was gone, with just the power of my mouth, I could get it all back.
Yeah. Because that's the art and the gift only you possess.
You know what I'm saying? It's like we are hung by the tongue.
Yeah.
So the words that we speak, our mouthpiece is like a magic wand. You
Yeah.
know, it's giving you all your wishes. The words that you speak become the house that you live in.
Yeah.
You know, so this is the gift that has always been given. Yeah.
And what do they say? I mean, if we want to get biblical, it started with the word. The word, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the
Mm-hmm.
word is what you create.
Right.
We're in a world of infinite possibilities. Anything you can speak anything.
Mm-hmm.
You can speak life into yourself. You can speak death into yourself. You can speak, you know, creative things, or
Mm-hmm.
you can create destructive things. Like it's literally your choice. It's your willingness to embody and embrace.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is what I feel, but what do I want to speak? What do I want to put out?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because everything you put out comes full circle.
Yes.
Right? So if I'm feeling right unworthy, do I want to speak unworthy?
Mm.
Or do I want to say, you know what? This is just temporary. Feelings are temporary. This is a temporary experience.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get back to what I actually want to feel consistently. Let me
Mm-hmm.
get back to, you know, like you said, the movement,
Mm-hmm.
the meditation, the migration. Let me continue to speak the words, the tones, and the frequencies that I want to walk on and live.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because the most important thing that you have all day, every day, whether you want it or not, is self-talk.
Yeah.
Your body, you're communicating to yourself no matter what you're doing.
Yeah.
You
Mm-hmm.
know?
Yeah.
Because even when you're still, even when you're like, if you have no thoughts, there's still thoughts around you. There's still awareness, like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
hungry. You know what I'm saying? Oh, rest. Like, and it's like what you do with these thoughts determines what you're going to do with your life, because your body is communicating with you no matter if you want it to or not. When you're sleeping, your body's figuring out, let me get rid of this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let me create more of this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and how much you listen to your heart, literally the center point of the universe, the core of the earth, determines what you're going to create with potency. You know, because whatever you do with your heart will determine whatever you do with your life.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's like,
Man, you right. You right, bro. You just reminded me too, bro, of this book that I read. It was by Shad Helmstetter, and it was called "What to Say When You Talk to Yourself."
Yeah.
What to say when you talk to yourself. So it's like self-talk is super powerful, you know? It's definitely powerful. Yeah.
Because let's say this, right? You experience perceived failure.
Mm-hmm.
You have two options. See, I told you you couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's okay. Come on, you're getting better. You're learning. What's the difference? Are you going to encourage yourself? Or are you going to take yourself down and be part of that experience that doesn't feel good? You know, because misery loves company.
Mm.
If misery loves company, let me get away from that. Let me get away from that environment.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get away from doubt. Doubt is not going to make me more empowered.
Yes.
If I'm around people or things or energy that's doubtful, it's not going to help me do more or do better. You know? So this is something that I've been practicing is no matter how small, no matter how big, tell yourself good job. You got out of bed today. Good job. Some people struggle like at one point in your life that was a hard thing. That was difficult.
Mm-hmm.
If you ate quality food today, hey, good job taking care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If you read one page of a book, hey, I'm really proud of you for learning and exploring. If you tried something new, good job. I'm so proud of you. And this is why what I've learned is like the more you encourage yourself, it's never going to hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
If you tell yourself good job for the smallest thing, it's going to encourage you and inspire you to do more things. Right? If I tell myself, hey, good job breathing. Good job breathing today. Good job being patient. I'm so proud of you. It's only going to help me be more patient.
Yeah.
Not going to hurt. I promise you it's not going to take away any patience and it's not going to detract me at all. So the more ways you can tell yourself, good job, I'm proud of you, it's like positive, once again, positive affirmation. I'm
Mm-hmm.
speaking things into now I'm going to find another way to tell myself good job.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, how much do you want to tell yourself good job for every little thing that you've persevered through?
Mm-hmm.
That's the challenge. Because the world around you and the external world is not going to tell you continue to embrace and embody all of yourself. You know? So if you keep doing it, it's going to inspire somebody else.
Right, right, right.
You know? By us showing up on this live, I hope one person is inspired to speak authentically how they feel or what they're going through.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like that's, if you change one, you can change all.
Come on.
You
Come on.
know? And
Yeah.
that's where it's like, when you get these inspired energies, when they hit you, do something with it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just let it sit. Once again, movement.
Mm-hmm.
When you get inspired action, I'll do it next week. No, do it now. Get up, write it down. That's, you just took movement. You just did action. You just affirmed. You just meditated. You created stillness, and you affirmed and created.
Yeah.
Now, the more you create space, oh my gosh, I remember when I first got that idea, you know? And it's like, the better you understand how to create with chaos, the more that you understand harnessing and riding the wave, right? Or going with the wind.
Mm-hmm.
Because chaos is always going to be around,
Right, right.
you know? So how much are you willing to embrace the external energy and embody and embrace what you want and what you are,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you this. If
Okay.
you had to recommend 3 books that are life-changing and why, what 3 books have transcended your mind, your body, your awareness in a way that you believe could help somebody else?
Well, definitely one of the ones I already stated was The Slight Edge, for sure. I would always recommend that book because when it comes to consistency, you know, the key that can open all the locks, that book showed me and it gave me so much evidence, you know, and you could see it in your own life that everything that you had accumulated was all a culmination of, you know, either taking action or not. You know, like you said, like you told me this one time, Isaiah, you said you got 2 choices. I remember this. He was like, He said, feelings create actions, or your actions are going to create feelings. And it was so simple, you know? But the truth is so simple. The principles are simple, you know? So that Slight Edge book gave me one of the most simple principles to enact, you know, to see everything I put out will always attract. So that was the book that actually launched me into my consistency when it came to my podcast, when it came to all the things you see me doing. It's from reading that book and highlighting and just rereading it over and over again and just becoming like friends with the book, you know?
Yeah.
Another one, you know, there were so many, but let me see if I can pinpoint some really, really good ones. Okay, The Slight Edge for sure. What's another one? The Alchemist was one. Og Mandino's The Greatest Salesman. Um, The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clason.
Yeah.
You know, there's Secret Secrets of a Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. Let me see. There's a lot, you know, and you get pieces from each one. But
Yeah.
some telling me it's not really about, you know, like the books you read per se, but it's like being able to utilize and implement the energy that you receive from it.
Yeah.
So they were talking about how knowledge isn't necessarily power, but applied knowledge, what you do with it, you know, what you do with it when you're through with it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So lastly, there was a book and it was called The Knowledge Book, literally, like we're talking about knowledge. There was a big old book, bro, in Pasadena in the library when it was open. I don't know if it's still open right now because they shut it down for a while.
Yeah.
But in this section, there was this huge, thick volume. And the book said in big letters, The Knowledge Book on top of the book. I opened the book, bro. No lie. The first page, first chapter, first sentence, there was a quote by Albert Einstein. And do you know what the quote said, bro?
The Intuitive Mind, that one?
No, no, no. It was a quote. It was a quote in the knowledge book, but it was a quote by Albert Einstein. He said, imagination is more important than knowledge. Bro, when I read that, I closed the book. And I like, I was done. I was done with the book. He gave me, you know, he gave me the key. He said, imagination.
Yeah.
Use your imagination, you know? It's like the genie is giving you all of your wishes, you
Yeah.
know? How will you use it? Don't
Yeah.
abuse it. Don't lose it. But
Yeah. Yeah. Because that goes back to like the knowledge mind. I don't know, this is me paraphrasing, but the knowledge mind is a servant, right? The intuitive mind is literally unlocking everything.
Mhm.
So it's like, do you want to be a servant to what you know,
Mhm.
or do you want to imagine and recreate what could be? You know, because it's like there's nothing. This is something that I always come back to. There is nothing new under the sun. There is nothing new. Like nothing is new. But the way that you combine and you can create with something that exists with something that has not existed and bring it together,
Yes.
now you have what? Created something new.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that you created something new, you innovated or you added an aspect or you added a new lane, a new, you know what I'm saying? A new pathway,
Mm-hmm.
right? There's infinite pathways. These pathways already exist, but they're waiting to be walked. It's like a walking trail. Every trail in the universe has already been created.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody has to be willing enough to go off the trail and create another trail. And now guess what? People go this way and then they end up at a most beautiful scenery.
Mm-hmm.
But you have
Mm-hmm.
to know somebody went off trail to find that or to create that.
Yes, yes. This is the wonderful reminder. You just dropped a gem. I hope people are taking notes and paying attention to what he said. So just like what you said, Isaiah, sometimes like the most difficult roads can lead to the most beautiful destinations. And like you said, he went off path, seemingly, right? He was off path, but he was still, you know, on mission. He still was able to see these things come into fruition by going seemingly off path, you know, the road less traveled by, the road less
Yeah.
trodden,
Yeah.
being a trailblazer. So you being a trailblazer, like when you were saying, you know, there's nothing new under the sun, it makes so much sense that all this stuff is already here. Like one of my mentors told us, you know, the knowledge never left. The people left the knowledge, you know? And
Mm.
a couple of other books that really affected me were the Kabbalion and then the Tao Te Ching.
Yeah.
But when he was reading the Tao Te Ching, the Hermetica, the Kabbalion, the Kabbalah, like all these spiritual books, I asked him, which one should I read? Which one should I focus on? And you know what he told me, bro? He was like, if you've read one, you've read them all. And I was like, huh? Like, you're not going to tell me which one to pick? He was like, nah. Like, they're saying the same thing.
Yeah.
A book is not really teaching you anything new. It's really just showing you what's within you.
Yeah.
You know?
Because guess what? Guess who's the master book? Everything has already been written with inside of you.
There you go.
It already is. You know, like it's already written. Like then, if we want to go back to the alchemist, right? Mach 2, it's already written.
It's written, baby.
It's already written. It's waiting for you to discover it and to use it.
Yep.
You know, and it's like, how much do you want to use the simplest truth, right? The reason why they call them cliches is because they're so real and they're so true that it's like, how much are you willing to embrace and embody and just integrate and live out the simple truths, you know? Because for me personally, the biggest and most blessing thing that I've ever done is found out what are universal truths that are always true. Instead of focusing on man-made laws, man-made rules, what are universal truths that have always existed? Everything is vibration. Everything in the universe is vibration. If I stay in tune to everything is vibration, all I have to do is become the vibration, and now I'm part of it. You know? The law of cause and effect.
Mm-hmm.
If you do something, if you push something out, there will be an effect.
Always.
If I drink water, I will be hydrated. You know? It's like there's always whenever there's an action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. The universal law. As so above, as so below. So whatever I think about and create consistently in my mind, eventually will be real in my reality. You know? And like, once you understand universal principles, you can't you can't change them. Like, these are like, they're universal. Like, they have always existed and they always will exist. Despite what people tell you, despite what they have written, you know? Because once again, it is written.
Yeah.
It is written into the universe. It's written into the code of the cosmos. No man can go into the cosmos and change the cosmos. I ain't met nobody who could do that. You know what I'm saying? I know somebody who can connect to it, and I know somebody who can maybe influence it, but I don't think you can go into the cosmos and change them.
Okay, so what you're saying is like the universal has no reversal, you know? It needs no rehearsal. It is what it is, you
Just
know?
show up.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest opportunity that I think we have, literally in our fingertips and under our nose, in our breath. Do you want to connect to that universal intelligence, to that divine knowledge, right? Do you want to literally connect to the DNA that has always been, right? Because how else did you come into existence? Think about the first amoeba in the water that was just floating, trying to connect to somebody else. And now, oh my God, I connected with another amoeba. Oh my God, let's go find another one. Oh my God, there's another. Bro, you started as a little cell, bro. You were literally an amoeba. You were a cell just trying to connect with others. That's all. That's where you started. That's like the origins of your life. And now think of in your skin cell right now, how many amoebas are combined and connected, regenerating, regrowing itself, and the divine intelligence that is communicating and doing it without telling you what it's doing. It's just doing it. But it's doing based on what you're telling it. Because now it's recreating the vibration. You know? And it's like, once you look at life, it's like, I was an amoeba once trying to connect. I was just amoeba trying to connect with others. That's all I was trying to do. That was my goal. That was my purpose, was to be an amoeba and find something else to connect to. That's how easy it is. So now that I've so much ability and so much gift to think, to create, to speak, to taste, to experience, why not embrace and embody all of this God, amoeba, creativity and connection within? You know, like, why? My thing is this: every day, why not do everything that I have the ability to do?
Right. Right.
You know, and
That's
now choose according to my heart.
right.
Because that's the earth, that's the cosmos, that's the innermost, strongest, most potent cosmos within yourself. And how can I use all of these other things to use as part of the cosmo creation? You know?
Yeah. Bro, that's powerful. You know, what you just said is one of the greatest questions I think anybody could ask, you know, in their lifetime, is just those two words, bro. Why not? Why not? While the world asks why, you just say, why not? You know? Like, you know,
If,
people, you do something, they're like, why? You're like, why not? You know? Why not? That's one of the most powerful things you can ask is why not? It opens so many doors, you know? Yeah.
because like, why is the easy question, right? Why is the easy? And now you have to create a reason. When you have why not, you literally took limitations and cleared the way. You know? It's like you started as a blank page. You started as nothing. You had nothing. There was nothing here. You literally were nothing. And somebody's like, well, why would you do that? I could do anything. So why not?
Right.
I could do anything. Why not? Like, why? Like, you're asking why.
Right.
I mean, I'm learning.
Yeah.
I'm figuring it out.
Yeah. Like what they say, Isaiah, like we came from nowhere to now here, and then we go from now here to nowhere. But before you go back to nowhere, you know, nowhere. Like, why not? Why not? You know, you said
And why not do all? My thing is this,
dream big. Yeah.
bro. Why? Like, once again, I ain't had to pay nothing for any of my dreams. I ain't had to. All I had to do is close my eyes and think so big. You know, and obviously at first it's kind of uncomfortable thinking so big. But the thing that I've realized is this: think so big that it's out of reach, but yet it's right outside of there. So like, let's say I can almost touch the phone, right? I'm almost there. But now I got to reach a little bit further. And I can touch it? Okay, I need to think bigger then. Because if I can touch it, that means it's real. You know, like, think so big that it's out of reach, yet it's still in reach. Because once you accomplish it or once you get there, guess what you're going to do? You're going to think bigger again. So instead of doing something in reach, you might as well just do something that's so out there that it's in reach and it's possible, yet if you got it, you're not that surprised.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so what you just said triggered a memory of, you know, Bob Proctor. So Bob Proctor, you know, he talked about like the law of attraction and being a frequency match, you know, on that frequency bandwidth of whatever you see as that possibility. So he said, if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. And I remember he was telling a crowd of people at this event, like, okay, think of yourself like you're here and you're shooting for here. You want to get here. And he said, the craziest thing is you can get there. He said, you can get there, of course, you know, you see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. So you can get there, but by the time you get there, you're going to be hitting yourself because you'll realize that you could have gone
bigger. And that's where it's like, bro, you ain't have to pay for that.
Nope.
It just took thought.
That's it.
Thoughts are things.
Yeah.
And the richest thing in the whole universe is a feeling. So if you feel inspired, if you feel empowered, if you feel joy, if you feel gratitude, you can create a lot of things from that space. So why not find the feeling? Because feeling is going to create action. So why not set the target so big that all I have to do is keep creating the feeling. Keep creating the feeling of empowerment, of inspiration, of joy. And sooner or later, these thoughts and these feelings and these actions are going to create a conviction that now it's a knowing. I know I can. All I have to do is keep feeling that vibration. All I have to do is keep being around others that feel that same thing and are surrounded by the same thoughts, the same feelings, the same actions. And soon enough, you're going to look around. You're going to be like, how did I get here? You know? Because like you said in the story, one at a time, in the moment, I'm present. Like, presence is the essence. Presence is the gift.
Yes.
Okay, it's Christmas, right? If I give you a gift, what did they call that?
They call it a present.
A present. Oh, and how did I receive the present? By being present. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the gift. The gift is in the presence.
Yeah.
I can't receive a gift in the future, but I can receive the gift of the now. I can receive the gift of this breath, of being here, of being on Instagram with all these people. You know, whether they stopped by for a moment, they were present with us. We felt their energy. We felt the vibration. And even if somebody stopped by, it can't be undone. You know, like nothing in the universe can be undone. So the more present you are, it's creating a ripple effect. The wind is changing. The ocean is changing because you're the vibration creating life. You know, like we're the sixth sense. We're the creation of life itself. And when we harness and we understand presence, our breath, our mind can literally create things, we're going to take more responsibility in our ability to be the energy, the vibration, and the gift. You know, obviously there's challenges. There's equal and opposite reactions, right? Some people are going to say why. Some people are going to say why not. Equal and opposite reactions. Like somebody might tell you, bro, I have a really good idea. Somebody's going to be like, why? Why would you do that? Another person's like, why wouldn't you think bigger? You know? And it's like, you can't be influenced by the external because you're the creator.
Yes.
You know? Every day, no matter how you feel, the sun is going to come up. The sun will rise every morning, no matter how you feel.
It's law.
I don't want the sun to come out. It doesn't matter. The sun is going to come up. What are you going to do with the opportunity that you have another day and the sun is now up? Some days the clouds might cover the sun.
Right.
You know? The sun is still up. It's just waiting to be revealed.
Right.
You know? And you're no different. And once we understand there's a sun outside and there's a sun inside.
Mm-hmm.
There's a shining light within you waiting for the clouds to be cleared, waiting for your thoughts, your ideas, beliefs about yourself to be removed. Now you're shining, right? Oh my gosh, you're glowing. What is glowing? How are you glowing? You're no different than the sun outside. You know? You have the ability to shine. So what makes you shine? What makes you shine, and how can you help others shine? And that's living in the purpose, right? Once again, you don't have to look for the sun. You look outside, you can see the rays.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the light.
Yeah.
You are the same thing as that light. So my question is for you is, in what ways have you learned to embrace and embody your light or your shine or your purpose, your gift? And what ways have you cast it out and allowed yourself to shine?
Mm-hmm. You know, earlier you were talking about poetry, you know, and when we're talking about poetry and flowetry and just connecting with your forms of expression, you know, the ways that brought me out of depression when I was younger was actually writing those things down. And I didn't even know that I had that gift until there was a teacher that decided to lift and empower me with what I didn't know I had. You know how some people will see something within you that you don't see yourself, you know? And that was one of the things that I had just up there on the shelf. It was like, okay, I was in class. She gave an assignment to the classroom, and I was just doing the assignment, you know? I didn't know I was in alignment. I just did the assignment. Like, then she came around and she was like, Jerome, you wrote this? I was like, yeah. She's like, this was you? You know, like, and that was the first time that somebody believed enough in me for my own belief to kick in. She showed me something and she gave me that, like they say, you know, if leadership is power, true leadership is empowerment. She empowered me to keep going. She was like, this is amazing. Like, I haven't seen, you know, this is amazing. Like what you just did. So it allowed me to nourish and flourish in that element. So I'm still doing the same things today in my own unique way, but it's wonderful when you have somebody who can have those eyes to see and those ears to hear. You
Yeah.
know, it pushes you beyond your own fear.
Yeah. That's lit. That's dope.
Yeah.
Next question.
Okay.
Interview style. Straight direct.
Oh, it's like that.
Nah. If you had to describe yourself as if you had to describe yourself as hold up, this one's good. If you had to describe yourself as a shape emerging, what shape did you see yourself as, and what shape do you see yourself as now?
That's a really good question. I don't even know why I thought of like a tetrahedron. As soon as you said that, a shape emerging, I thought of a tetrahedron. I don't even know, like, just seeing in my mind's eye what shape, because the shape is always like changing, changing, you know? Sometimes I have felt like a mystery to myself. Like just when I feel like I, you know, I have something, it's like it dissolves, you know, it just falls away, and it just lets me know like, okay, okay, you know, like you said, it's just being able to embrace impermanence in that way and just understand that everything is changing, and that even if you think this is the shape of you, that doesn't have to be it, you know, that doesn't have to be the end. Like who you were is not who you are, and it doesn't have to be where you're going or where
Yeah.
you're growing or flowing in life. So when I think of a shape, my mind doesn't see like a definite shape. It sees something that's ever evolving, you know, see something that's continuing to grow and continuing to expand. So I just enjoy like having these conversations that put the pieces of the puzzle together, because like we were talking about earlier, if we didn't have these social interactions where one amoeba can bump into another, you know, for one brother, you know, to
Yeah.
another, like where would we be? Where would
Yeah.
we be? Who would you have? And of course we can say not to compare, you know, with what is there, to understand that you don't have to compare yourself. But sometimes when you're around others, like what you said about your environment, the energy of your environment, birds of a feather flock together.
Yeah.
So you can see the shape of you take form when you do things that are beyond the norm, you know? That's when you find that you can put up the sail in any storm. Not saying I want to fix this or fix that, but fix yourself in such a way that no matter what happens, you're okay.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Because what I saw as you said that, I say there's two choices, right? By
Okay.
me being authentic, you can be insecure
Mm-hmm.
and be like, oh, why does he do it like that? Why would, you know what I'm saying? Or I can be inspired.
Right.
But that's about me. It's about my willingness to embrace and to see, like you said, the teacher did,
Yes.
your uniqueness, your
Yeah,
gift, right?
exactly.
Somebody else in the class been like, he thinks he's better than me. Or you could just understand and use that gift and let it soak into you and now inspire you to be a better writer,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's one thing that I do with I my best is if I see somebody doing something what I perceive as better than me, how can I understand what they're doing and insert that into me?
Mm-hmm.
In other words, how can I extract that essence, that gift, that energy, and put it into me the way that I can express that?
Right.
Right? I'm not trying to copy them. I'm just trying to understand the essence of confidence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Confidence is a cure. Like I understood that confidence can cure a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
If you believed in yourself and you truly thought you were worthy and deserving, and that if you believe that anything and everything is possible, what things would you do?
Right.
Like that can literally cure so many things that stop you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but I don't have, bro, you're confident.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about confidence is people don't know if it's real or fake,
Right.
but they'll feel it, you know? Because I can look back when I first started doing speaking outwardly, like speaking how I really feel.
Yes.
It was awkward, it was uncomfortable, and I was emotional, right? But as I did it, I learned how to continue to speak and engage how I really feel,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's no different than the onion. You
Yeah.
keep peeling the onion, you get to the root. And then if you plant the root, a new onion can be born. So it's like we're created of all these layers and all these perceptions that we've allowed of ourselves. But imagine if we got to the source of what we all are.
Mm-hmm.
We're all amoebas doing our best, trying to connect with others, find, attempting to find the meaning of our life, you know, and what brings us joy and happiness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if we continue to peel back the layers of who we thought we were, of who others told us who we should be, we're gonna get to the source and the root,
Yeah.
and that's all of life.
Mm-hmm.
At the root of everything is our heart, and at the root of everything in our heart is love.
Yeah.
So how can we find love in all things? How can we find peace and serenity and bliss in everything? Because if you think about the storm, right? It rains.
Mm-hmm.
It's treacherous. There's thunder. There's lightning.
Mm-hmm.
It's dangerous. After the storm passes, there's a rainbow.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like you never get the rainbow without the storm.
Come on. Come on.
So the storm is equally as important
Yeah.
as the rainbow. But
Yeah.
we appreciate the rainbow, but we don't appreciate the storm.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. truth comes in so many forms, you know. But like you said, it's simple, you
It
know.
will always be simple.
Yeah.
Because once it's complex, it's not the truth.
Right.
The truth is light. The truth can be heavy, but the truth is what? We are all love. We were born to love. We were here to breathe and be love and to create with the things we love.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? So let me ask you this. I got 3 more questions for you.
Oh,
What
snap.
is what is one part of yourself that you have learned to embrace and to love more of that has created more freedom?
Automatically, my curiosity. Learning to love my childlike nature, that childlike curiosity, that sense of wonder, and just allowing yourself to be bewildered, you know, to just open your eyes to every surprise that continues to arise around you. You know, it can astound you, right? It can also ground you. You know what I'm saying? So these were the things that really started to open me up. And I'm so glad that I allowed myself to be able to nurture the child within me, because some people don't nurture that child. You know, like they say, we don't we don't stop playing when we get old. We get old when we stop playing. You
Say that
know?
again. Say that again. Say that again. For all the people listening, I need you to listen up real clear. Get the earwax out. Maybe open your ears a little bit. Say that again. Repeat back to me.
We don't stop playing when we get old, you know. We get old when we stop playing, you know. We get old when we stop doing the things that we did as a kid, you know. Yeah.
Beautiful. Well said.
So youth, yeah. You can always be youthful all the years of your life, you know. Anyone can be youthful. I've seen so many people who are vibrant, they have vitality and vigor, you know, all the years of their life. They never grew old, you know. Yeah.
That's beautiful. Next question. What is one simple and very effective tool that has transcended your ability to understand, to feel, and to heal yourself?
Okay. Surrender was the word that arrived, because like they say, you have to feel it to heal it, you know, and you cannot heal what you don't reveal. So there were a lot of times that I had to surrender to the moment, surrender to that feeling, and allow that, you know, the thing that I was concealing to start bubbling up to the surface. And sometimes it took stillness to cure that illness, you know. Sometimes it took that to allow it to come up to the surface, and it gave me a sense of purpose. But with that, I realized I'm worth it, you know? So, yeah.
Amazing. One more question. If you were gifted a one-way ticket anywhere in the whole world, you have a beautiful place to stay, you have all the food, all the resources, all the people that you want, where would you go and why?
Okay, say that again. So if I was
You
one
are
way,
given I'm gifting you a one-way ticket anywhere in the entire world.
uh-huh.
Money is not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Resource is not a problem. All the people and all the things that you could ever want are already there waiting for you. Where would you go and why?
Man, that's a tough one. No one's ever asked me that question quite how you put it, because I I see myself as so nomadic. You know, whenever I travel, it's something, like I said before, it's something that enriches me. So I couldn't really see myself so stationary in one place. Even if I had everything provided, I wouldn't really be excited, you know? I would still want to move around,
Yeah,
you know? It wouldn't be that profound
yeah,
in my head. In my head, I would be led somewhere else.
yeah.
And Or else, like you said, the top of one mountain is the bottom of the next. Yeah. So that would be the next steps that I would
For
take.
sure, for sure. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Last thing.
Okay.
If there's a quote, a saying, or a phrase that you would like to leave the people with,
Mm-hmm.
what is it and why?
Okay. We all make choices, but in the end, our choices make us.
We
And this,
all make choices. In the end, the choices make us.
yes, this goes back to what you said about the law of cause and effect. You know, it starts to connect because as we project, it starts to reflect. So we have to respect, the energy we put out. That's what we get back. That's what it's about. You
Straight
know?
up.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Thank you for these like speed questions. You like boom, 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 rapid fire. Shoot, 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 do, 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 do.
I'm telling you, like you said, the revolver. Like
The
the
revolver.
revolver. Put the information in the gun, then you gotta shoot it outward.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And you'll be amazed what you could hit, right? If you're
Yeah.
shooting at a target, right, you just have to focus on the present moment.
Yeah.
Line up your sights, right? Be so present, so focused, line up the sights. I can hit anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like an archer, right? An archer has to pull back all the resistance, then I have to surrender and let go.
Woo!
And then if I hit what I'm focused on, why would I be surprised?
Mm.
Right? Why would you be surprised that you hit your goal or your dream? If you set out and you continue to practice lining everything up, being in alignment, right? Being calm, being patient, relaxing, and then letting go.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
that's the beauty. Like you're present. I can't shoot something in the future,
Mm.
but I can line my sights up. I can be in alignment of this thing. Now I have to surrender to the cosmos, to the universe, to God, and let this come back to me.
So what you just said right there, that's the acronym for GUN. My friend, he told me GUN is an acronym for God, Universe,
Universe,
Nature.
nature.
You know what I'm saying? He said, keep the gun on you.
Keep it on you. You gotta stay strapped. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got.
Man, brother, thank you for this.
Of
Timeless wisdom.
course.
Thank you.
I'm gonna close it out with this. So it's a book called Soar.
Okay.
Follow your dreams. And this is the first page that I turned to. And may you learn to listen to the whispering of your angels, urging you as they do to live ever closer to the tremendous aching of your heart's insistent song. Stepping into the promised unknown. May your lives open up to all sweetness you have hidden away, fearing it might betray you. May you embrace each tomorrow with wonder and delight. May your questions guide you towards humility, that you might learn to discern what is sacred. May you nurture the courage to choose wisely, so that justice and compassion might shape the arc of your story, the circles in which you are called to dance. So what I received from that is like life and this moment is a dance. How you move, the style, the flow, the music in which you want to dance to is up to you. There's many dances, there's many styles, there's many ways. But remember, the only dance is through you and your body, with your breath in that present moment. So just be one with your body, be one with your breath, be one with every connection and interaction that you have, and the universe is going to dance with you.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're the one that is dancing. Without you dancing, without you breathing, what dance would exist?
Mm.
You know?
Yeah.
So close us out with Close us out with a word, man. You got them all. Close us out with the word.
And, you
You know,
know,
give you the most legendary close out.
just realize there's always more to explore. You know, your body isn't you, but it is yours. You know, so understand and be one with the force, and always tap in with the source. Thank you, brother.
That's it.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you, the legendary, the philosopher, the poetic, the inspirer. You know, it's just an honor and it's a gift to share such a potent, blossoming. I feel like us creating the opportunity to breathe together, to connect together, like, once again, this started from an app, right? We
Mm-hmm.
met through an app. And
Mm-hmm.
as we've cultivated, as we've created each conversation, it's like a blossoming.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I truly know if we were to go back on every conversation, we could create a book, right? We could literally call it Creative Conversations and create a book out of the conversations that we've created.
Why not?
You know?
Why
Why
not?
not? And there's already a dance that's occurring,
Mm-hmm.
right? There's already a dance. Now, why not dance and create together?
Mm-hmm.
You know, why not invite others to come on this platform instead of just having a one-to-one conversation?
Mm-hmm.
Why not make it available so others can be involved?
Right.
So
Right.
others can put their input. Other people can receive and have their own realizations and their own reflections.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's nothing new under the sun.
Right.
So we're just learning to be more resourceful. We're learning to use more of our voice, to speak more of our heart, to dance in unison with the world and others around us. And even if we feel like we're off beat, you're exactly where you're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So it was an honor. It was a gift. I appreciate you. You know, go follow, go subscribe, go do all that. Go follow Jerome. I promise you're going to learn something, and I promise you're going to be inspired.
Much love,
And,
man. Thank you.
and my goal from any person listening to this is how can you learn to embrace and create your 6 keys of life?
Mm-hmm.
You know? And before we go out, I really want to just go over the 6 keys that you put out.
Mm-hmm.
Movement.
Okay.
Anything and everything is moving. Energy moves. If it's stagnant, it is dying.
Mm.
Second one is meditation, the stillness of your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Migration, the importance of traveling, enriching yourself and enriching others by traveling, by moving, literally your physical body.
Mm-hmm.
Music that uplifts your soul, that
Mm.
uplifts your spirit,
Mm-hmm.
right? Whether it's a flute, whether it's a song, whether it's a sound, your voice is music. Motivation, it's available to you at all times. It's something that we all need every day. You're never too good to be motivated.
Mm.
And the last one is affirmation. What you speak is what you become. So those are the 6 keys to the one, the only, one of one, the philosopher, the flutist, the author, the man of many talents that are still slowly coming to the surface. But we know where you can change one, you can change all.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate you, my brother.
All
I
right.
appreciate your wisdom, your knowledge, your willingness to embrace your creativity and explore and continue to be all of who you are.
Likewise, brother. Likewise.
I support you and I believe in you always.
Likewise, man. We'll do it again. We'll
You
do it.
know it. Love, bro. Happy Saturday.
Mm.
If you believe in Christmas, Merry Christmas to you. Let the energy and the spirit of uplifted energy hit your heart, hit your mind. And may you take this information, this knowledge, but more important, this imagination and these
Mm-hmm.
dreams. More than anything, let this inspire your imagination to think bigger, to expand wider, and to be more of who you are.
Yeah.
All I have, I appreciate you. Love always. And until next time, keep breathing and keep being yourself.
Yes. Yes. All right, bro.
All right, bro. Love.
Take care.
Peace.